Okay, so we'll move to the Panthers versus the Storm. This is the first one that we've had a disagreement on. I've gone Panthers, you've gone Storm. What's your thought process?
Storm are 1-17. They've looked better the last couple of weeks. Cameron Smith had an absolute belter of a game, so he's back in a form. Ryan Pappenhausen hasn't had the season that a lot of us expected. But he's just kind of he's coasting through it right now. He's there. He's making some good plays. Had a fantastic tackle on the goal line against Kalen Ponga. The Storm, I still don't think look superb, but they played their best 40 minutes against the Knights in the first half last week. They're just starting to get into that flow of this new 6-again rule. They're just starting to get rolling. They've played Brandon Smith as a starting prop the last couple of weeks, and it's worked. He's much more mobile than Christian Welsh. Dale Finucane, I think, is starting to relish the 6-again rule. Cam Smith is able to dart 3-4 meters out of dummy half and pass either side. This is a tough one. The betting odds are well in favour of Melbourne. I think, credit to the Panthers. They were the better side against Parramatta last week and just didn't get the box of chocolates. The thing that kind of leans me towards Melbourne is that they have Jerome Hughes somehow named in the reserves list. I didn't think it was going to be back for another couple of weeks, but he's a chance to come back from a broken hand. And the Panthers have Matt Burton on the bench still. And it's something that I've spoken about with a couple of people. And having that utility is fine. Like, don't get me wrong, we see it with the Knights right now. But with how Cleary uses Burton, he pulls Luai and puts Burton on instead of having Luai or Burton as like a roaming forward. So if they're pulling the halves combination again and Cleary has to, look up thinking he's passing to Luai and sees Burton there, we saw that kind of threw him off his game a little bit in the last 20 minutes, and that's when Parramatta capitalised. I think the same thing happens here. But look, it's not going to be by much. Melbourne, maybe by 6 points.
Yeah, so I still look at the Panthers as probably one of the most dangerously underrated teams in the comp. Like, regardless of where they are on the ladder right now, I don't think they've found their best yet, and they're still looking really good. So they've got Edwards back, named as the fullback. He's been out for a while, so he's going to come in. He's going to find that spine up a little bit as well. Martin comes in. He had a really good game against the Eels. I think I have the same concerns over the Burton selection as you do. I don't think that necessarily the Storm are a team you want to play a utility against. I think if you're going to try and beat them, the Storm are going to want to play around the ruck. I mean, you got Asafa Solomona and Fasamulawe on the bench. That's two huge bodies. They're going to come in sort of 20, 25 minutes in, and they're just going to shake the whole game up. You're going to need you need an enforcer in there. Coruscant's been doing a good job in and around the ruck. Probably the best. I'm going to call it right now. Probably the best 9 in the comp so far for me. Like, he's come in and he's done wonders at the Panthers. Like, if you look at the Panthers a season ago, maybe 2 seasons ago, they were a little bit shaky around the ruck. Coruscant's come in. He knows when to run. He knows when to pass. The only problem for me with the Panthers is 2 problems. You got Burton selection, and then Crichton. I worry that he'll be a target again this week based on the fact that Wonga Blake managed to show him up. If you look at who Crichton comes up against, powerful ball runner in Justin Olam, that's going to be a big battle. If the Panthers win that and they keep that edge shored up, then I think they've got a better chance. But for me, I think the Storm are due a bad game. They've played so well in these last few rounds that I think they're due a slip up, and I think they're about to hit a Panther-shaped banana skin in that one. So yeah, Panthers for me. It's going to be tight though.
I hope not. I really hope that Melbourne slip up against the Parramatta Eels. The thing that the Panthers could do before we move on very quickly, they've got Brent Naden in the 19. He's too good of a player to be outside of the Panthers 17. I couldn't care what anyone tells me. Brent Naden should be in that 17 one way or another. He's a much better defender than Stephen Crichton. He's played against Olam before. They could take Crichton out, put him in Burton's spot, use Crichton with how they did in the first couple of games as a roaming back, potentially give Edwards 55, 60 minutes, pull Edwards, make sure that he's not hurt, make sure he's got through the game cleanly, put Crichton in as that impact fullback. But Naden's got to be in there for me.
Yeah, I don't know what he's done to be out of the squad. 'Cause I really liked him when he first burst onto the scene, and thought he looked really good as well. So I don't know. It's just one of those things, unfortunately for him. He'll get his shot, but it's just not this week for me.